Alrighty, I have begun the journey of my third playthrough, full playthrough of the game. Dear God. If you ever wonder why I didn't get every ending in the other Silent Hills, it's a bit like that. This one's definitely building them all in a big thing it's interesting. I could not do this to every game in the series. So now that we've both not purified and purified the sword, now I'm going to try to do a playthrough where I get the UFO ending and have a save to go back to then go back and do the main ending. I kind of wanted to... I think the UFO ending gives you a weapon, and it would have been nice to keep it, but from my understanding is that you can't get the UFO ending until you're headed towards the middle school, and that's like a third of the game, so I don't want to replay a third of the game 2 more times. So I'm gonna do an anchor save, get the UFO ending if I can, then load back, and then finish the rest of the game to get like the final or true ending or whatever. But I just loaded in front of my house, and there's already a new journal entry, which probably was triggered by some of the last stuff I did in the story or something, but from last playthrough, but who knows. According to another legend, once upon a time, a water dragon that resided here spewed poison so people would not approach. Then, Inari-sama subdued the dragon and made the land hospitable again. This area also has a surprising number of onsen. There is research suggesting that the tale of the water dragon could in fact be referring to an incident where onsen water containing noxious gas spouted out of the ground like a geyser. I feel this theory is most likely. This is a legend where wasn't like a hydra basically? One of the heads or the serpent like flew over here. Which predates the fox. From the findings of a recent town hall investigation, it was observed that the mountains to the north and south of Ebisugaoka have a very brittle surface. The town hall declared that a landslide could occur at any given time, but the residents argued back, saying that in the last several hundred years there has been no record of such a disaster. Sakuko says that the divine protection of Inari-sama is actually what's protecting Ebisugaoka. I also remember her telling me, with a straight face, that when the residents no longer believe in Inari-sama, Ebisugaoka will return once again to an uninhabitable land. If they stop believing in Inari-sama. Formidable foes. Oh, the fox. A large fox monster, ferocious and agile. On top of all that, he can even summon his underlings into the fray. His beautiful coat, however, is covered with putrid festers. The 7 lavish tails symbolize his youth and divinity. So this is me saving after the ending where I beat the fox. I loaded that ending, because that's the one where I was more thorough in my gameplay, as opposed to kind of rushing through to get my third ending. But yeah, due to saving some time, one of those endings is not canon to this particular save anymore. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be blitzing the game at this point, because I've beaten it multiple times. So I'm going to be playing as quickly as I can, just kind of hanging out. And I'll just pop over to record every now and then, whenever I get to parts that are important steps in the process of getting the endings, or if any like new documents show up. Otherwise, I'm pretty much just going to be running at the next main objective the whole time and try and get through this as quickly as possible. I'm in that territory where you have already played a Resident Evil game several times, so now it's like time to beat the game in less than 4 hours to get the puppy ears for Leon Kennedy. I think that's what happens. Alright, back to this conspicuous side thing. This does seem to have been relevant all along.
Montgomery Bridge has collapsed. I repeat, Montgomery Bridge has been attacked by an object of unknown origin and has collapsed. The eastern route of Ebisugaoka is no longer available. I repeat.
It's interesting that even in the last ending we had, she was still talking about space wars and whatnot. Like, we're still gonna take him down, look at us go, and so on. I said that stupidly, but it does kind of frame... Not only does it seemingly incorporate the UFO ending that's in most of these games to be more serious than usual, just because it's like actually kind of a part of their characters and whatnot, but also like it kind of specifically frames it as maybe on the spectrum of endings as far as like good to bad or however you want to judge it, and that like if one of them, if you interpret it one way when she like becomes an adult and like embraces her future, then like it certainly could be interpreted in the opposite direction when she fully retreats into the fantasy of the Space Wars outcome. If you can try to interpret it into being anything vaguely canon at that point. But we'll see. Thy restless heart betrays thee as unfit for this auspicious day. Thou must first pay respect to the gods and the spirits of thine ancestors. A restless heart leads to a corrupt soul. Only through sufficient offerings laid upon many stands may thy soul be cleansed. Does that mean what I think it means? Which is just put them here, and that's it. Oh wait, no, there's little ropes. Okay. So the description isn't a clue, as far as I can tell. It doesn't really tell you anything. But it looks like the shapes of the ropes indicate what to do. That has the same rope shape as that. This is the one that has the two hoops sticking out. Try and tell it. There's a few of them. Okay, this one's definitely the one in the middle. These two look really similar. Like the drawings even look similar, but it looks like one's 2 loops and one's 3 loops. So I think the straw-looking one is 2. Oh my god, what a difference from last time. This is what story mode difficulty looks like. Got it. I'm really solving all these puzzles for the 3rd time. This is what I'm doing apparently. Ah! Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna keep showing the puzzles, which are now in easy mode, because they are different, but it will take a while to show all of them, especially with the upcoming Scarecrow puzzle. But I did do the one where you do you have to flip the 3 Emmas running around in the shrine for the first time while the one guy is following you, and you flip the 3 things over to find the combinations to the door, and then you open the door, and then that gives you the key to open the other door. It's like the first thing you do in shrine mode. And the clue was literally just crane, turtle, serpent. Like it just names them. And then you go to them and you just pick those ones that they named. That's the puzzles on easy. Oh boy. So yeah, not really much interesting to show probably. Since the puzzles are functionally just like, yo, the answer is the thing I told you. The Great Space Invasion 1. Now in brilliant color, the Great Space Invasion. Experience terror like never before with the invasion of the body-snatching aliens. This kills me. I got so close to getting the achievement, or to getting this ending. I did every step, I think, except this one. I even came here last playthrough. I just didn't see the poster was interactable, and I saw the other 2 posters later. I almost did the entire sequence by accident last time. That's crazy. So it's not that hidden, not that hard to do. But yeah, I didn't get this guy. Partly because there's enemies around, so I was running. Womp womp. Ooh. Bye. Shu watched this movie when he was young and came up with the Space Wars game that we used to play. I watched it back then too because my dad dragged me to see it. I don't have any memories of it at the time, but according to my dad, it scared me so much I couldn't stop crying for days. That's like me with the Mars attacks, I think it was called. Like, it's like a stupid comedy, but if you see it when you're like a 6, it's terrifying. Those lasers that turn you into skeletons. Since this was the inspiration for Space Wars, I was thinking that it'd be an exciting story. Apparently it only applies to the last scene, with the rest of the movie just being a sci-fi horror movie. Oh, it's horror. Shu didn't like that when he was younger, so it was his dream to fight back with his very own space army. That's one of the things I like about him. He doesn't let reality hold him back. It makes sense that she specifically likes spending time with the character that doesn't want to deal with reality, because she doesn't have a great one. So I believe around here should be where the second shrine was, and that's supposed to be apparently where I can get the sword in subsequent playthroughs. Yep. Sacred sword. There you go. So you get to have the sacred sword like immediately. Like, this is pretty quick. And I just get to run around with it for the rest of the playthrough now. So that's cool that when you get it, you earn it for future playthroughs. And it's like, I don't know, we're like an hour in the game before you get it. So not immediately, but not that unimmediately either. Sure. So this seems new. It actually seems like the kind of thing that I might have had access to last playthrough and didn't find. Oh, hello. This room's conspicuous. There's the mask. There's some like weird knives on a table. But here the mask appears before I end up wearing it, even in New Game Plus, which I wear sooner than normal. Anything in here? Mandate of the clan. Drain from the sacrifice her blood, sparing not a drop, and add unto it wine that has been distilled 8 times over. Spare her body of its earthly viscera, and fill it instead with rice that has been mixed with the master's saliva before sealing it shut with needle and thread. In the dark shall the vessel rest undisturbed until the redolent odor of wine rises from her skin. Adorn her in fine garments befitting a bride. Then set her afloat on a raft of straw so her blood wine may seep into the water's surface. Do this, and into the depths she shall sink. She shall sink. Oh my god. It's one of those moments. And into the depths she shall sink, quelling the wrath that waits below. Oh, embroidered drawstring bag. Oh my god. This embroidered drawstring bag is very high quality from the fabric to the pattern, so be careful not to get it dirty when storing your belongings. Increases inventory capacity. 13. Nice. One more slot. A hand. Spookies. A perspective on herogamy. Herogamy? It is a core tenet of Shintoism that each land throughout all Japan is protected by its own deities. From this, people pray to the gods so that they and their lands might be blessed. In turn, their belief strengthens the gods and gives them the ability to better protect the land in a beneficial cycle of reciprocation. Thus, the bond between humans and gods is vital to the prosperity of both. If the underlying strength of this bond can indeed be explained through mortal blood, then the reason for the gods joining themselves in sacred matrimony to mortals who call their land home becomes evident. Perhaps it is through the addition of their blood the bond between mortal and god is strengthened. And if this is true, then I should think that frequently upholding such forms of unification would be best for all involved. However, in practice, marital bonds between mortal and deity are vanishingly rare. It is a mystery why this is so. Perhaps I find the greater mystery to be, why was I chosen? It's a very significant feeling room, yeah. A lot going on in there. And you get to see the mask early. Surreal. But the knives are bloodied instead of cleaned and put away. Making you wonder if there's like ritual significance to them in the long term. As like almost like a museum exhibit of what had previously taken place. Is that my mask to be used later, or was it somebody else's from previous? Not sure. It is a long-standing custom within the Tsuneki family for the next heir to present his bride with this naginata on their wedding day. The decorations of the handle are also changed to suit the bride herself. In honor of the family's newest bride, the design of a fledgling bird with its wings spread wide has been embroidered in gold leaf in the handle, reflective of not only the bride's name, but the hope that she shall soar high in gilded wings.
This must be special. Sorry. I'll hold on to it for a bit.
She doesn't know that she's the bride yet. Okay, I believe we're on the final stretch here. We're on a shrine next to one of these. The Great Space Invasion 2. Inconceivable! Is there a secret invasion of body-snatching aliens? They may already be among your loved ones. 2 of them. Am I under attack right now? Maybe not. No.
Something just flew by!
Shoo! Let's get out of here, okay?
And now we're trying to find the other poster, which I had seen before. So we don't really want that. Let's see.
Where are those two?
Oh, I'm in the part of the game I get confused by every single time. Down here? No? I swear every time I play this game I get this weird dead end and then I'm like, wait, where do you actually go?
Hinako! This way!
Oh, that's why. It's just so rare to have to be in a situation where an NPC needs to help you navigate, yeah. I think that's the only time in the game, maybe. Let's not get stuck up there again. Oh, no. There we go. Some of these locations sure go faster when you're not having to, like, actively... when you're not really exploring for loot anymore. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, this goes... No. Yes. Where am I going? Nowhere? I might be going nowhere. Was there a climbing spot? No. No, not the tentacles. Annoying enemy. I'm kind of amazed by how many times I've played some of these zones and still kind of don't know how to get around in them. They're saying to give up on me?
Can't just...
I'm overhearing something. Okay, but where the fuck do you go in this level? Do I actually go anywhere in this particular area? Oh, this part. The light. Whew. I get somewhat even more confused by the fact that I've just straight up already played this little area before. Not only in previous playthroughs, but also this playthrough. You already go up here a little earlier. It's just extra disorienting to come through it again.
You're lying.
And I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to find another poster. Somewhere. I think it was further up. I remember, I'm pretty sure I found both these posters last time. I kind of thought I was going to get it last time. I believe I've gone too far. Well, that can't be good. God damn it. So, I fucked up and I can't go back. This is a frustrating part about a lot of the stuff about this part of the game, is that the game is so linear and has so many points of no returns that are so like subtle. So like I just got the UFO poster and then I was like fighting my way through the area and I thought that's the way I had to go, because it's really hard to tell which, even when you're looking at a map of this area, it's really hard to tell what direction you're supposed to go in when you're looking at a guide. You're like, do I go forward to get there, or do I go backwards to get there? Like, there's so many X's everywhere, and they're lies half the time because the zone keeps changing what's going on right now. It's just very frustrating, and I'm tired, and I'm already doing multiple playthroughs of this game, and I fucked it up again. Because apparently you go in here and you get the second poster, then you have to backtrack to get a poster like up here somewhere. I thought that it was going to loop around on this side because the roads are connected on this side too, but they're not actually connected when you get there. And then in this house here, you can't go back through the door. So when you follow Rinko and Shu slightly too far into this area, you just get into a place where you can't go back. So once you reach the canals, you've actually gone too far, because you can't backtrack anymore, because even if you climb back in the window, you can't just get back out of this building. It's just like, god damn it, man. And I reflexively saved at the next save, because I've only been using one save so far in this file, because I'm not really doing anything of consequence yet. My goal was just to keep saving over the first save until I get the UFO ending, then make a new save to branch my save. But yeah, this is frustratingly, you just can't go back. I'm so annoyed. I'm so tired. I'm trying to get through this and do so many playthroughs that this entails. So we're just gonna look it up. We're just gonna watch it on a YouTube video. We're gonna watch me watch YouTube video by the Easter egg hunter. Doesn't really matter who, just anyone. But it ends with you reading this movie review. The movie review of The Great Space Invasion. Although this work features UFOs and humans who are being controlled by aliens, the aliens themselves never make an appearance on screen. Instead, this film illuminates the corrosive power of suspicion. Sometimes trying to distinguish one's fellow man as friend or foe can be the real horror. In one particularly chilling scene, local residents of the town where the UFO was sighted are mistakenly targeted as body-snatching aliens. The accusing humans scream and jeer as they send their own kind to a detention center. What's worse, anyone who dares speak against the group is seen as one of them and is locked up as well. One can only ask oneself, is coerced solidarity among humans really solidarity at all? At the end of the movie, the number of people killed during the alien invasion is shown. Interestingly, far more humans were killed by their fellow man than attacks from UFOs. Perhaps the aliens left Earth at the end, not because they lost, but because they believed that humankind was not worth taking over. The Great Space Invasion is a movie that provides somewhat interesting social commentary to its audience, but anyone looking forward to a fun action romp will be sorely disappointed. Rating 6.5 out of 10. And then I think it just starts, yeah.
Because of them. There's no doubt about it.
Them?
Yeah, the aliens. They've been eyeing Earth for a long time, waiting for the chance to snatch up humans and replace them with aliens. Rinko, Hinako, me, Any one of us could be an alien merely pretending to be the real person.
I'm not an alien! Is there any way to prove our identities? There is. What? Didn't you die? That thing killed you! This is Roboco, an anti-extraterrestrial search and destroy robot I designed and built.
It's horrible.
This robot can detect aliens masquerading as humans and automatically eliminate them. The battery's dead.
Wait, so the Sakako that thing killed was actually an alien?
That thing was chasing me all over the place. I guess you had a hint of alien on you, Hinako. You might be an alien, or maybe someone close to you is an alien. These things copy everything down to your memories, but they're not perfect. Hinako, try saying something only the real you would know. Oh, Rinko once took some of Shu's hair and hid it inside her pillow. Let a girl try out a love spell and dream. Your turn, Rinko. One time, Hinako forgot her underwear in the locker room at camp and didn't claim it. Rinko! You're gonna burn in hell for that!
Can't blame you for not claiming it. Gotta be embarrassing saying it's yours when the teacher asks whose it is.
Privacy wasn't really a thing back in the day. Well, one time, Rinko skipped gym class and took Shu's clothes and... Well, the day after she fought with Shu, Hinako took his recorder and...
I think I'm more scared of girls than aliens at this point.
Okay, you're good. You guys passed the test. Next up, it's us, I guess. So one time, Shu ripped a page out of an adult magazine and hid it behind his bookshelf. And he also cut out a photo of a classmate's head and taped it to a swimsuit model poster.
Okay. We got it. Now it's my turn. Sakako first started wearing a bra in the 6th grade, while Hinako and Rinko started after summer break in 5th grade.
Why did you notice that? Why did you remember that so specifically?
Well, we didn't find an alien. But we did find an enemy to all women. Hinako, we're heading home. What about the aliens? Everything all right?
Oh, the neighborhood watch got together and took care of them.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
For dinner tonight, I'll make your favorite Hamburg steak.
Mother, I told you that's Junko's favorite.
Bobby. So the alien is... No, don't give me your outro. So the alien is, in fact, still the dogs, like it was before. Huh. Less alien in the UFO ending than you'd expect. For all the Space War stuff that they hype up. Alright, well, I can wash my hands of that. That was a huge blow to morale to realize that after all, I was literally following a guide and this one part of the town is so fucking confusing. I still couldn't tell if I was going the right way. And there was another point of no return. Damn it. Whatever. Let's go get the final ending. Which, I'm already at the middle school, I guess, next. So I'm already kind of far, aren't I? Clinical trial. The other version of myself and I have talked for many nights now. Through these fervent discussions, I have come to the conclusion that Hinako needs to speak to her inner self, just as I have. It's clear she's not currently in her right mind. Why else would she even consider accepting that farce of a marriage that has been pushed upon her otherwise? There's no point in trying to force Hinako's opinion to change. She must make this realization for herself for it to stick. If she could just talk to her other self within her dreams, I'm positive she could be led back to rationality. And then she would realize just who truly has her best interest in mind. So this is Shu admitting that he talks to another version of himself. And he intentionally gave Hinako this drug with the intention of having her talk to another copy of herself. Her inner self. That's wild. There's just so much... That's such a more concrete causality than I was expecting, and that he just very specifically... Yeah, at that other ending, he mentioned something along the lines of this drug causing her to, like, reflect within herself or something. But here it's just explicitly calling out, no, she will specifically talk to another self, another version of herself, and change her mind if she has this drug. And also, I am already talking to another version of myself. Which kind of suggests that this other version of himself is also what led to him thinking this was a good idea. Which could absorb some of the blame on some level. Because who's to say that these other versions of ourselves are particularly good to begin with? Anyway, I figure I might as well just show the purification process here. So I fucked up. As far as I knew, when you solve the red puzzle, the red water puzzle, it persists into further New Game Plus cycles. But I forgot that the non-purified playthrough was the one I was keeping, and the purified playthrough was the one I wasn't keeping. So it wasn't purified when I got here, and I panicked because I'd already saved after leaving the last level, not anticipating any kind of possible problems here. I can't, like, do that many rolling saves because I have all these, like, New Game Plus and, like, other things I'm trying to preserve a little bit. So I'm trying not to just rapidly spin through them all because then I'll lose track of what they are. Because it's just confusing having so many different playthroughs in the same list of saves. But I got here and realized I hadn't done the puzzle in this playthrough. And I'm like, oh god, I already saved here. Thankfully, of the 3 autosaves that the game has, 2 of them were already here, but one of them was still back in the shrine area, the alternate, like, Dark Shrine, other Hinako stuff. So I just had to replay that some of that area, do the puzzle, fight Rinko again, and then run through this level again. But I got it. Oh god, that would have sucked. If I had to go back to an even older save. Just actively undoing any efforts I ever made, reducing the amount of time I had.
Thank you so much for helping me.
Like, I made a point to save time by loading that old save to do the 2 different playthroughs, but if I then had to replay most of this playthrough because I made a mistake, then that would really suck.
I'm fine now. From now on, I can take a stand on my own.
And now the sword kind of sucks. Ta-da! So my understanding is that our next step is we defined the 6 Jizo statue, which I think is like around here, like almost right before the house. It's on the way back, so I have a bit of other stuff to run through, but hopefully I can find that. I'll probably do that tomorrow though, because it's getting late. But apparently there's yet another statue that's especially hidden, and that's where you actually offer the pendant. I'm curious to see how that changes things up. That's the one thing I have left to do video-wise, besides showing you what happens in the Shimizu residence and beyond, which is where things really change up each time. I'll see you then. Okay, so I think I'm around where the 6th Jizo statue is supposed to be. I think it might actually just be through here. Right before the building that, like, is by the gate that was closed at the beginning of the game. Oh, another one. Nima.
gift. Thank you so much. I appreciate the sentiment. But I need more time to find out if I'm worthy of accepting this.
Are we getting the feminist ending? Oh, it's rotting. I guess it was a metal, so it like it greened on the spot. No, thank you. We should be able to just get right back into the house now, where I think the puzzles will slightly change again, and the dialogue flashback bits will change again, because once again they've set it up so I've locked myself into a new ending right before I get to the house. They've really committed to that being the structure, which allows them to change the stuff after this point to reflect the ending they already know you're in.
It's got my home too.
Oops. Let's go then. So begins our final ending.
What's going on? The holes, the doors, everything's changed. Why is it?
It definitely seems like she just put down her wedding ring, basically. Like that's her denying the, it seems like that's her denying the marriage, in which case we're breaking the binary between the two options that were given, which were stay a child forever with Shu or give up your entire identity in order to be married, which seemed to be the only options available in her current society, essentially. But here, it seems like she specifically is backing away from both of those options and is instead rejecting the marriage, but also moving on with her life.
Hello?
Is it the Shimizu household? Hello! This is Okamoto Fisheries. Thank you for your continued...
Hello?
That part seems to stay the same every run, and I don't get the point of it necessarily. Weird. I don't know what the fisheries call is supposed to mean. Okay. In my downtime earlier, I got the final Omamori slot, because there was an Emma I got from doing the red water puzzle again, which then allows you to purify the sword in the real world. And that gave me an Emma, which is good. So I just got another one just now, too. But yeah, like that's really the throttle here, is I can't... I've had a lot of faith, but I've been spending them on getting more Omamoris because I genuinely can't level up anymore. But looks like I got one more, too. So I thought I was gonna not have any more in the game, really. Let's make a new save just in case I messed up and didn't do it correctly somehow, because that would suck. Okay, my new Omamori is perfect dodges become easier to perform, which is not that new. I've used it before, but now I have greatly decreases sanity consumption while using focus, greatly decreases focus charging time, greatly increases stamina recovery speed, and greatly shortens out of breath duration. Press heavy attack immediately after performing a perfect dodge to deal a powerful counter. This counter greatly consumes stamina, and perfect dodges are easier to perform. So I have two focus ones that have synergy with each other. Just stamina, which helps with everything, and then two that make my dodges stronger. Is the dodges are more likely to be the good version, and I can do the counter attack, which is really strong. Not that the difficulties we're playing on really justify any more min-maxing anyway, but I'm trying anyway. Because the progression...
I don't recognize it.
It is like the one progression thing they just like, they're always like dangling in front of you like a carrot on a stick.
Shu? Is that you? What's this doing here? This date. I feel like there's something special about it.
This is probably the best level in the game, but I don't know if that even that can justify playing it 4 times. Let's just do our quick first pass around where we fill in the map and check for any new notes. Increasingly haphazardly because I've been here so many times now. I was amused to realize this playthrough that, having been there so many times before, I can just skip the middle school, because you walk in and then you get to the locker room immediately, and you can just remember the locker combinations from the previous playthrough, or look them up online, and then you just open the locker and get the key that lets you right back out of the middle school. To get past the gate. That was the reason this entire level happened. Like, you can skip the entire middle school level, which is very satisfying when you're this many playthroughs deep. Married couple's letter. Kimei, tomorrow's the big day. I'm looking forward to seeing Hinako dressed as a bride. I still can't believe she's marrying that rich young man. We won't have to worry about money ever again. And I'm sure Hinako will be happy too. You must feel like a huge burden's been lifted off your shoulders. Let's take life easy now. We can fulfill that dream of yours of going to every onsen in Japan. If there are any other wishes you want to come true, just say the word. In Mom's handwriting from here. Kata, my dream is to hear you say such sweet words to me directly, not on paper. Damn. The clapback. Really highlights how much marrying me off is meant to solve their other problems and give them a good life.
Isn't it?
Which is a gross way to handle something as significant as my marriage, but does lead to this complicated feeling of like, you can see why somebody would feel like it's their duty to follow through with this for the sake of their family.
When was this taken?
If the result is that, like, it's going to do so much good for them, then, like, maybe it's correct to do it. Yeah. This is the fuck everyone else ending. That's so funny. Yep, put them upside down, put them upside down. Yep. That's wild, right? If you grow up, you're afraid of just being selfish to your old friends. This box has some sort of seal on it. Could you melt that away by focusing on it before or something? I think I read that if you purify the sword, you lose the ability to open seal. Oh no, I think I read that if you give away the brooch, you lose the ability to get past seals. I think that's the brooch is how we got that ability. I'm foggy on some of the stuff because my original playthrough was a while ago, and the later playthroughs changed the progression. The important thing is that guilt isn't always correct. You can feel guilty about something, and it's valid to feel that way, but that doesn't actually mean that that feeling that way is more correct than the other feelings, or then it doesn't mean that you're actually in the wrong. Actually, there's a lot of scenarios where you feel guilty but actually aren't doing anything wrong. Like, people deserve to stand up for themselves and to have a life that they choose and so on. And if that's selfish, then it's a selfishness that everyone should be entitled to. But that doesn't stop her from feeling this way, and in a survival horror game that's manifesting all of her fears and insecurities, it's going to zero in on that and blame her for leaving all of her friends and family behind when all she's doing is growing into adulthood and choosing her own path instead of doing what everyone else wants her to do, including parents that want to just basically sell her for money. Because once again, I said this in the very first episode, the way that marriage was conceptualized for so long in so many cultures, and sometimes still is based around the idea that women are essentially property. Like, they're something that the parents, or more accurately, the father owns, and then they are exchanged with another man in a transactional way, in a way that, like, the woman doesn't have that much say in. And it benefits the father. That even seems to be a lot of the idea, from what I can tell, behind the very premise of a dowry. The idea of needing a sum of money in order to earn your wife. Like, it's not the cost of a wedding. It's something else on top of that. Which is unhinged. I've never heard of anyone actually doing that in real life in my lifetime. I mean, I'm sure people have done it in my lifetime. I mean, like, no one in my lived surroundings.
What the hell's happening?
Because that sounds insane. It sounds like you're buying a woman. Yeah, I often have a lot of fun with levels like this where you are kind of just replaying the same level over and over again, but all the changes are really interesting to unpack. Oh, god damn it. I'm so annoyed that attack missed. It's somewhat interesting that the game is really committed to not framing any of the options as wholly good. And then just almost as if to fuck with you, like I said before, they took the ending that seemed like the most negative one, the one that specifically the whole game seems to be in rebellion against, the idea of committing to purity and marriage and so on.
I've seen this photo before. I can't remember.
Whole playthrough, you're like, oh, this whole ritual thing seems fucked up. I don't trust this fox guy. And again, you're like, maybe you shouldn't purify things. Maybe you shouldn't get married. Even the sword, which is apparently some kind of evil, when you purify it, it just becomes less useful. It becomes a generic weapon in your inventory that happens to have a 4th inventory slot, which is still nice. And I guess it technically can't be destroyed, but that's the usefulness of that is not very... It's hard to say how useful it is to have an indestructible weapon if it's dulled to the point of being useless at that point. Please come out here. I'm not sure how valuable it is to have a indestructible weapon if you have to manually repair it still the whole time. Unless it's just your favorite weapon, and then I guess it's kind of nice that it just happens to never fully break, because that would suck.
What's this? I had always thought that's just how things are. So, when the offer for an arranged marriage came up, I thought, now it's my turn.
Why did you choose to marry someone you didn't know?
Well, our parents talked and brought in a matchmaker. And I was introduced to someone they felt was a good fit for me. Even though I had only just met this person, I could tell we would get along well. Marrying for love is nice, but love is blind. Once you're family, it's too late to worry about issues you have with your spouse.
I still don't understand what you and other women are talking about.
You want to have a happy marriage and lead a happy life, right?
That's where you're wrong. That's probably where me and everyone else are different.
Different? How? I don't think being happy is what matters most. I mean, I do want to be happy, but there's something more important than that. And what's that?
Making my own decisions. I don't want people to make me happy. I want to choose to be happy. Even if I end up miserable. If it's because of what I chose on my own, then it's all worth it. People always say a woman's happy when she has a dependable husband and a bunch of kids. I don't care if I never experience any of that for the rest of my life. What's most important to me is not whether or not I'm happy, but if I can choose my own fate.
I have to admit, that all sounds like an unrealistic ideal to me. But I don't think you're wrong about what you're saying. In another 100 years, no, perhaps sooner than that, there will come a time when true happiness is choosing your own path, no matter the outcome. I obviously can't live in that world, but I hope you can, Hinako.
Happiness is choosing your own path, no matter the outcome. Not choosing your own path is the opposite of happiness. I won't be told what to do. My choices are my own.
Damn, they're being pretty explicit about it too. The game got a lot less confusing at some point. That's just her and her sister having a very frank conversation. Letter from a man. I do not believe there is any reason you should be tied down by your younger self. Likewise, there is no reason your future self should be constrained by the you are today. Thank you, by the way, for the beautiful pressed flower. It was the first gift I have received from you, and I will truly cherish it until the end of time. Project from art class, my future self, Shimizu Hinako. The canvas is blank. But even now, imagining the countless possibilities of what I could fill all this blank space with makes me excited. I think I used to flunk out of job interviews. I say that, but I think I actually don't remember how many job interviews I did. I feel like I succeeded 2 out of 3 times. But I probably wasn't answering that question the way they want you to. Because they ask you, like, where do you see yourself in X years? And I would just have an actual realistic response of like, bro, I have never been able to accurately predict where I'll be in 5 years. My life has taken the craziest trajectories, and that's like the adventure of it to some extent. Probably only when I became a YouTuber that I was then kind of trying to keep a particular thing and hoping that that'll be my future. Before then, it was just like, yeah, I don't know where it'll go the whole time. I entered college, and then 5 years later, I graduated with a different degree than the one I went there for. The job I got was a bizarre coincidence of having the ability to move in with a friend that happened to have cheap housing nearby at the time, who I only met because one of my other pushy friends, like, just kind of volunteered his living room as a space for our tabletop nights in the geology department. That job kind of enabled, that job and also that housing situation both kind of just like enabled the conditions that allowed me to like recommit to YouTube, and then happened to get algorithmic luck where I ended up where I am today somehow. A variety of coincidences and risks along the way.